Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Woolmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And as I was saying to you the other day, we are coming up to when the current products within the old annual catalogue will be retiring and a new catalogue will be coming out. And we never know, and I don't know what's going to retire. I always hope that favourites and things will be put into the new catalogue, but we never know. So I thought it was time to have a look through some of the stamp sets that I've got and to make sure that I'm using them. So I thought I would start doing a little, not a series, but working through the stamp sets that I've got, and I'm going to choose 3 stamp sets each time, just working through sort of alphabetically. I don't have them all. I have things that I know that I'll use. So I thought that we would start with, they all happen to be A's, and we've got a grandkid. Love this because I'm a grandmother. Love this because it's got granddaughter and it's got grandson. But it's also got some lovely sentiments that work if you're not a grandmother or grandfather. So you've got happy birthday, you've got so smart, so fun, so sweet and so wonderful, so proud of you, congratulations, you are so loved. So it works for other things as well. So we're going to use this one. We're going to use a good man. Again, I think it's a lovely one. I have 2 sons, so it works perfectly for that. But it's also got It's Your Day, which works for a birthday. It's got a little heart in there. It's got For You and, You're the Best. So there are things that don't necessarily relate to a masculine card or a card for a good man. So we're going to use that one. And then we're going to use Art Gallery, which is a newer one. And again, I like the flowers in this and I wanted to use something from that. So we're going to make a card, but it is going to be a simple card. And then we're going to do a stepped up version. So we're going to start with the simple one. I'm putting a piece of scrap down first of all because we're going to go outside it. And we are going to use to start off with, because you know I like doing backgrounds and I know you enjoy them, we're going to use this little one and we're going to use that for a background. So that's the only part of this stamp set that we're using, which is the Art Gallery. I will put all the details down below as I always do, and you can find them all there. So I've mounted that on a block. And the colours we're using is Misty Moonlight and then Pool Party, because I want to tone in blues with this. So the Pool Party to start off with, and we are going to very simply create ourselves a background. So I don't want this too dark. So what I'm doing is I'm inking it up and I'm stamping it off once, and then I'm going to stamp it. So some of it comes on and some of it comes off, and we're just going to put it down slightly different angles but all facing upwards, and then I'm just going to work my way down. So the second row is going to come slightly in between, and again, so we can have the pieces that come off. It's not a complete sort of line. You want to have them sort of running slightly at different angles, but all facing in the same direction. So we're just, as I say, stamping off as we go, so we get it fairly pale and we're not getting it too dark. Okay, so that's going to be the first part. And then from the, let me just get my Simply Chamois out to clean these up as we go. So then with the A Good Man, we're going to take the little heart, because I like the heart and it will give an extra texture. So we have two different types of stamps, as you can see. We've got this one, which is photopolymer, so you can see through it, and these ones are red rubber. Both of them work perfectly, and they do different stamps in each one. Now this one I'm not going to stamp off, I don't think. Am I? Yes, I am. I'm going to keep it consistent. And I'm going to put the hearts, again, sort of fairly randomly, but just coming sort of in and off over the top, which just adds a different sort of texture to this background that we're building up. And you can see I'm putting them in where there are little spaces and just sort of turning them as I feel might work, and looking at it as I go so I can see roughly where I want them, and then having some coming off on the edge and a little one down there, and we'll have another one up there. Okay, so you've now got a rather pretty background which has teamed up with both of those two different stamps. So it gives a nice background to sort it out. Okay, then I have, so put this one back. Then I have taken two different sentiments, and I've chosen from the Grand Kid, I've chosen Happy Birthday. Now you could have Happy Birthday, You Are So Loved. You could have this one as a centre focal one, but I've chosen the Happy Birthday on here. And then on this one, I've chosen It's Your Day. And I've used my absolute favourites, which I use all the time, which are the stitch shapes, where you have circles, you have ovals, and you have squares in different sizes. And I've chosen the Happy Birthday in an oval and the It's Your Day in a circle. And we can just put that up in on here. So this is going to be how you can put it into what I would call a stepped up version. And we will do a non-stepped up version as well. So let me just get some, I want some dimensionals out for this, because this is going to look really good with dimensionals on. So let me just get my dimensionals out. And so we're going to have the Happy Birthday, It's Your Day, and both of those are going to go up with dimensionals. So let's just put a couple of dimensionals on here, and we'll have just one in on the middle here, and then we can put this up like this. And I've stamped it out in the Misty Moonlight because I think that that looks beautiful and complements it, and also then makes it look, it stands out more against the pool party background. Now you can see I just missed a little dink off the bottom there. That doesn't matter, because the way we're going to do it, it won't matter. Then what I did was I stamped some more of these in the pool party and in the Misty Moonlight. So I've got a couple in Misty Moonlight, and I've got 3 in on the pool party, and I've got one which I stamped off, which just gives a slightly paler colour. And I took, which if you've bought the set, I took the Floral Gallery dies, which coordinate with the art gallery, and that gives us that little bit of extra texture in there. So these we are going to put on with dimensionals. So let me, I think we could probably put large ones on with these. So I'm just going to have a large one in on the centre of these, fairly near the top, because they're going to be resting through. So let's just put these on like this. And we'll have that one in like that. Okay, so now we can see our colorways, and we've got 3 of each. And what I want to do is I want to have them so that they come through down here. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 down on there, so that just covers that little bit on there, so coming down there. And then I might put 2 up at the top like that, which I think will work. Okay, so let's have this one on first. And because we're doing it so that it just comes over a little bit, I'm just putting it at a slight angle on there. I'll have the next one coming over again, just down a bit. And by just putting one dimensional on, it does mean that you can sort of tuck them in and out as you're going, so that it works as you want it. So I can tuck this one in and just pull it down so that it doesn't come off. So we've got that coming there, and then I'm going to put these 2 up in here. And this, as I say, is one that was stamped off once, but again just gives that little bit of extra texture in on there, just in a different color. And we'll have the other one on the top like that. Okay, so you've then got your different bits showing in there, and then the only thing that I would do to finish it off is to take some in my pot. I'm going to take some, I think we'll have some pearls this time. There's me trying to open my box. So what have we got? I've got these blue ones which won't go. I've got some rhinestones, and I've got some, let me see what I've done with my pearls. There we are. I've got some pearls which I think will look really rather nice with these. So we're just going to take out a few of the little pearls, and let me get my take your pick tool, because that's the best thing to use with pearls. Out of my pot. And you can use it with the pokey part, but I do like to use it with the spatula end. Say, invaluable tool, this one. So am I going to use large or small? I think I'm going to use large on these ones because I think it will work better. And I'm just going to put 3 little pearls in on here. So I'll have 1, 2, and I'll have 1 down at the bottom here like that. Okay, so that just gives a little bit of extra interest on there. And then I would mount it onto a piece of the Misty Moonlight, and then just put it onto a card base. So that gives you your stepped up version like that. So what about if we haven't got all the dies and things and we want to do something which is not a stepped up version? So we've just started and we've done our background, and I have done one which is very similar to this one, but we don't want to have all of the layers and things in there because we've just started and we've only got a few things. So again, choose a sentiment that you want. So I am going to choose, we've got these 2 in here that we said we'd have the sentiments. So why don't we have so smart, so fun, so sweet, and so wonderful. That would work nicely, wouldn't it? So let's take that one out, and we'll put that onto a block. Let just get the next block up because I think it needs to go on to, yes it does. I've got my case out of shot because I always have my stamps in their case. So let's have this one. So smart, so sweet, so, and again this would go for anybody, any friend that you might have. I'm just making sure that I've got this straight. And again, do it in the darker colour. So we're only using 2 colours with this, and this is the Misty Moonlight. So with this one, I'm just going to double check to make sure I've got it straight. Not quite, not quite. I need to turn that a little bit. So let's have it so that it's that way. That's better. Okay, so we're going to do this. And we're going to put it right down in on the centre, like that. So smart, so fun, so sweet and so wonderful. And again with that, what you can do is you can very easily just create your own little mask. So if you've got a circle, let me see if I've got a circle in one of my pots somewhere, which I normally have circles all over the place. Let me have a look and see what I've got from looking at something else. Is that one going to be big enough? Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm going to use this. I'm going to use the flip side of it so I can then use it on something else. So we're just going to cover this. So very simply, just have a circle of some sort. You might have a punch, you might have a die. And then we are going to take some, let's take the blending brush. Have I got a blending brush out? Sure quite what I've done with my blending brush. I might have to use, let's use sponge daubers. So you can use your blending brush or you can use your sponge daubers. Both will work perfectly all right. And we're always using the blending brushes, so let's use a sponge dauber. Here we go. That's the one for the pale blue. And I'm going to take my scrap piece back again. Let's just put that in underneath. So on this, we're going to just take it like this. We know where our sentiment is, so we're going to put it just down here. And we're just going to use the pool party. So very simply with the pool party, we are just going to take it from the edge and just sponge round the outside. So again, you don't need to do it too much on there. Just that it's coming round on the edge. Take it all the way round. And you can hold it down quite easily. So I'm just going down round on the bottom. Excuse me if you can't see what I'm doing as well, because I'm trying to just hold it down. So you just work your way around it so that you've got some of it coming on. I think I need to re-ink my pool party actually, although it is quite a pale colour. But it makes it look quite nice in there. And then rather than having to set up do a piece that comes up, this is all one layer, and all you're going to do is to put it onto a mat. So let me just take that off. There we go. And what we've got is, and I could do it a little bit darker, I think. Let's try doing it just a tad darker. In fact, what I might do, let's be a bit daring, shall we? Let's take a little bit of the, need to get my other sponge dauber out for this, but I'm going to take my Misty Moonlight and just it doesn't stand out as much as I'd like it to. So I'm just going to put this back into where I had it. And then with the Misty Moonlight, which is quite a lot, I'm rubbing quite a bit of it off because I don't want it too dark. I'm just taking that round the side to go in there as well, because that's coming a little bit deeper, but you don't want it too dark. So by just knocking some of it off, just go down round on the bottom, and as I say, you're putting most of it on the actual die cut, and you're only just doing it off the edge just slightly. And you can see I haven't filled it up again. Now if I take it off, that's better. You've then got your little piece like this, so you've got that standing out. Then what I would do is, just because I want to bring it in, you can see how that looks very pale now. So I'm just going to take my sponge dauber and very lightly go around the edge. And again, I don't want it too much. So you can see I'm hardly touching the side. I'm literally just doing a little bit. And by doing it resting down rather than holding it up, it means that you can control it just a little bit more. If you put your dauber at a slight angle, it means that you're not getting quite so much on the actual card. So we're just going to take this round. And then we'll take that round to the other side like this. I don't even think I need to add any more on there because we don't want it too dark. You could run the pool party round first of all, but I think that that's going to work perfectly. So let's take that off. And that gives you a very simple, take the scrap piece off, gives you a very simple one layer card. So let's put this onto our base so that we can actually see it. So that will give you just a very simple one layer card on the base. Put that onto the white. So you've got your lovely background, and you've got that as a simple card for when you're starting out. You want to step it up, then you take exactly the same background and you put some die cuts and just pop it up with a few little pearls as well. So I hope you enjoyed that one. As always, please stay safe and please stay well and please be kind, and look forward to seeing you soon. Bye bye.